Yo, what's up?
What's going on?
What's up, world? I sometimes I always just wanted to say what's up, America, but I forget that we're international.
International.
You know what I'm saying? So what's up, the world? Welcome to a new episode of Critical and Thinking Podcast. Ty Barnett.
Ian Harris. Hey, look, I'm blocking out my own face on the thing. I am my own head.
It's almost like 3D.
Ooh, look at that. You got your virtual glasses on.
Yeah. We got
another slow news week.
It's always that, bro. What up, Richard?
Impeaching the president.
It's, we'll come to that. Let's
ease our way in.
Yeah, we'll ease our way into it, man. Fuck this dude. I'm just kidding. So, let's see. How was your holiday?
It was good, man. I just chilled at my house. All right, now I'm up on this side. Just chilled. I chilled at home, and my mother-in-law came down, which is cool. She likes to cook, and this year I didn't have to do much cooking at all, which is cool. And,
wait, so you cook? I didn't even know that you cook in previous Thanksgivings.
Yeah, usually. Well, the last couple, my wife's been getting into it. My daughter's a pretty good cook. My mother-in-law comes down, so I kind of make the turkey, and they do everything else. But in the past, I used to do everything. Yeah.
What was the first thing Bella made? Like, what was the first thing that she made
in her life? You mean? For
you guys to eat, and that you guys had to, as parents, had to say, okay, we're going to trust that you know.
God, I don't remember actually. Yeah, I don't know. She's just started cooking shit. Like, I can't even think of what it was, but she's done all kinds of stuff. Okay. Like, we make this thing
what
sometimes.
What up, Greg? What up, Ruby?
We make these we take Brussels sprouts and we cook them with like garlic and chili powder. They're hot.
Nice.
They're really good. And I remember I know that she had cooked stuff before this, but I remember one time her just making that for us. And I was like, oh, she made all right, cool.
Nice.
So so I remember that specifically going, hey, I think she did it better than I do at this.
Hilarious.
So,
see, now that's
cookies though. She always has been baking since she was very little. Christmas cookies and stuff like that. Halloween cookies, like the sugar cookies.
I love this. Oh, I love sugar
she
cookies,
loves making sugar cookies.
I don't, I asked because both my daughters cook now. And both of them have their specialties. My youngest is a pescatarian, so she has gotten. Every time I talk to her, she's like, "Oh, I'm making this with just Brussels sprouts, beans, and some other stuff like." And she has her fish and stuff like that. But I'm amazed at some tofu, which I'm like, "Baby, I love you, but there's no way you're gonna convince me that tofu isn't sponge." But other than that, it's cool. But the reason why I asked the question specifically about what was the first meal, my oldest, who's also a great cook, but she grills and all of this stuff now, but and I always tease her about it now because she makes this chicken in a crock pot that is fucking delicious, bro.
Right.
Like I keep trying to duplicate the recipe and I cannot. I gotta. I'm like, when you come out here, you're gonna have to show me exactly how you make it because it was delicious.
What's your favorite? What's your best thing that you cook
that I make? Oh, okay. Well, real quick. The difference is now when the first time she made baked chicken, dude, it was the saltiest fucking chicken ever.
Right.
And we both are eating it, and I'm like, I don't want to hurt her feelings.
Yeah.
But this is I'm gonna die.
Right.
But no, she's a great cook now. My favorite thing to make.
It's called the high blood pressure chicken.
It was like, oh my god. The first thing I made. Or my favorite thing to make, I should say,
or the best thing you make. Like if you're gonna have somebody over, and you got to prove
things, bro. My baked chicken wings are because I got a process that I make them in the oven, and then I take them out, and then I put them on the skillet with garlic. I saute them with garlic as well, so the garlic gets in there, and they're like falling off the bone tender. Right. And then my spaghetti. Spaghetti, I will put my spaghetti up against anybody's spaghetti, bro. It's my you know how you know your food is good when your leftovers taste just as good as the first day.
Sometimes some things leftovers taste better. Some things leftovers.
What up, little Rob?
Yeah, for me, I'm pretty good. I've been cooking since I was a little kid, so I'm pretty good. But the one I remember,
did you say you make a good linguine and clams though? Didn't you say that?
Yeah. Well, it's I like it.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, I think it's good. People have told me that it's good. A few years ago, I got into this thing of just making different lasagnas.
Different types of lasagna.
Different type of lasagna. So I made the two that I made that were really good that everyone who's ever had is like, God damn, you could be a cook. Where I made like a chicken and spinach lasagna.
Oh.
And then I made another one that was it has instead of a red sauce, it's like a white garlic cream sauce, and it's a lobster.
Oh, no, see that one I would want to try.
It was good.
The chicken, is it ground chicken or shredded?
Like shredded chicken, like cut chicken breast, like strips.
Thanks, Rob.
Chicken McNuggets.
That,
I put chicken McNuggets in there.
Not ChickfilA. No, just kidding.
Yeah, exactly.
Even though I will tell you, dude, it's so crazy because we, people talking about protests and stuff. My oldest is gay,
right?
And we got to, because someone asked me,
and she's like, "But I like Chick-fil-A."
She loves Chick-fil-A. And dude, what's crazy about it is that people know how I post about social issues,
right?
And they're like, "So, how do you feel about Chick-fil-A?" I said, listen, I don't have to eat Chick-fil-A. I don't have to eat it. But if you ask me to be honest about the chicken that they make, it is superior to Chicken McNuggets. But when I brought it up to my daughter,
Chicken McNuggets, yes.
When I brought it up to my daughter, she was just like, Dad, they make good chicken. I'm sorry.
I gotta be honest, maybe because I haven't had it forever. I've only had Chick-fil-A once. It was years ago at the mall, and it was like to me it tasted like breaded cardboard. Wait, maybe they changed it. It was like a little thin.
Chick-fil-A?
Chick-fil-A, yeah.
Really?
It was horrible. I was like, it was thin. It was, and ever since I remember I ate it one time. I'm like, I think I threw it away. It was disgusting. And this was way before they hated gay people.
Do the comparison and hold up Chick-fil-A and then that. Now,
chicken McNugget. Sure, I mean,
it's like,
honestly,
come on, man. Even though I used to love them as kids.
Yeah, McNuggets are horrible. But I mean, like as far as like, I haven't had the Popeyes. Now that's something I think I would.
The sandwich.
Like. Yeah.
You know what? I asked.
Everyone says it's better.
Everyone says this, but I keep asking. I'm like, yo, is it like I gotta go wait in line good? Or is it just if I happen to go past the Popeyes and no one's standing in line and they have them good, and they're like,
but you know what? I got to be honest though. I feel that way. I'm not the only one. Although it's so funny. It's almost like a closet thing. Like you don't want to, if Trump supporters, they don't really want to come out and say that they're Trump supporter. Here in Southern California, I think it's all hype. It's like, we talk about like when people like, we've talked about this before.
What up, Lamont? What up, Sharon?
Oh, there's no pizza like New York pizza. You're like, shut up. Like whatever. When people have their regional thing, where they have their regional thing, where like this is the thing.
Right.
The one here in Southern California, In-N-Out. In-N-Out is garbage. Here's the thing. It's an okay hamburger.
It's okay.
But people go nuts about fucking In-N-Out, and I'm like, have you actually ever had a fucking real hamburger? Because it's not that fucking good.
It's okay at best. And let me tell you something. My wife was like, she's like, listen.
People always freak out and you eat it. You're like, what's the big deal? It's totally fucking average. Carl's Jr. is fucking better than In-N-Out.
Oh, most definitely.
Well, actually, Carl's Jr. Five Guys will fucking
Five Guys is better. But here's my problem when people bring up In-N-Out is that they act like their fries don't taste like trash. They are the worst fucking fries in the fry industry.
Well, it's just because they're real potatoes.
But you know what?
That's an
insult. Give me the processed shit.
Exactly.
I don't want all the preservatives. Yeah. Give me McDonald's preservatives. Because I've tried them every which way you could try them.
Right.
I've tried them while they were kind of sitting in the bin, and I've tried them fresh.
They're like, you want animal style? You're like, do you have McDonald's style?
Can I get any other style but yours? I'm like, I can put salt on a piece of cardboard, and it will have more flavor than these fucking fries.
Then it's a good thing you like Chick-fil-A.
So no, I don't buy into the hype of that. You know who makes a really good burger and fries? Lil Rob said try making tamales. You know what?
Five Guys is the truth.
I don't want to go through that process. I know what you're saying, and if you are an authentic tamale maker, yes. My wife's mom, she makes great tamales, awesome tamales. I just see it's a long process that I don't want to fucking have to deal with.
The good thing is, where I live and with the gym and all that, tons of Mexican people are in my neighborhood and they come to my gym. And at Christmas time, that's the big thing is they always make tamales. So I always get tons of different tamales from people that are fucking delicious. Like they'll be like, here tamales. Like I get them all the time.
Do they bring them to your house?
Sometimes.
But you do, do you eat off the street from the people on the street?
That's big in my neighborhood. I'm not a big. I'm not a big fan of street corn.
I don't. I don't, bro.
And that's the corn one I'm like, you got corn off the street.
First of all, if you're not near a place where you can easily wash your hands, I'm automatically suspicious. Right. Lamont says, oh wait, yeah, Rusty says Five Guys is the truth. Lamont says shelf life on In-N-Out fries is the length of the drive-through. Exactly. I'm telling you, I've had these fries when I saw them pull them out of the fucking fry, and I'm like, okay, you put a dash of salt on. Okay, there's no way you can fuck these fries up. Right. I saw you pull them out, and then you taste me like, what happened from the time you put them in the bag to here? Right. Like, what time warp did they go through? Like, I saw you sprinkle not too much salt, just enough salt, and it's still trash.
That's one of the In-N-Out fries. I can eat them, but they're not. I don't think they taste like French fries that I'm used to. But it's kind of like, when you're a kid. I remember this is actually an old Eddie Murphy bit about your parents, your mom, like your mom's like, oh, you want a hamburger? I'm gonna make you a hamburger, right? So it's kind of like that. Like if you ever make French fries at home with potatoes, you're like, these aren't French fries, and it's like that's what it is. It's the one where you're like, I want the fake French. I want
I want the process. Yes. I want the one that.
That's where home cooking isn't. Home cooking French fries are almost never good.
Even though I will tell you this, and if my brother Monsoon was on here, he would testify to this. When we were kids, our mom worked. She worked for the city, so she would be gone, for the day sometimes. Mm-hmm. So we had to learn how to cook basic shit at the house. So French fries was our thing, bro. We would get potatoes, cut them up, and the way we wanted them to, fry them. When you got them perfect. Oh my God! The secret was the grease. Like, you had to have the grease hot enough. Like, if you put it in there too early, they get all soggy and shit. But we would be able to make fries that were great because we put seasoning salt on them. But to your point, you're absolutely right. Is that like, come on, man?
I bake like bake in the oven sweet potato fries, and that's pretty good.
Do you season them, or you just kind of?
I season them.
Okay.
I have two different ways of doing it. One is kind of more like a paprika and spicy. Another one I make it kind of sweet with like brown sugar and stuff like that. Different ways. But that's okay. But I think, there's just something different about.
What up, Julius?
About when I don't know. There's something.
But I will say this thing about, because you were talking about New York pizza. Lil Rob, do you mean don't try to make tamales?
Yeah.
And then
I think it's don't eat corn off the street, man.
Oh, okay, yeah. Hey, man, I'm telling you, that shit freaks me out. Period.
By the way, really quick, I didn't used to be a huge fan, but sometimes. But you know what? Which ones I like now? I like the steak fries, the thicker fries.
Oh, dope! I love steak fries.
The good ones are Fat Burger.
Fat Burger
steak fries.
Thank you. Everyone out there sleeping on fucking Fat Burger, stop it. They have some of the best. Them and Red Robin. Red Robin has really good steak fries.
Yeah.
Steak and Shake is what I was, not Steak and Shake, but Shake Shack is what I was going to say. Their burger is, I think their burger is better than In-N-Out, and their fries are hands down 1,000 times better. Rusty says, go to any construction site around 12. There will be ladies selling tamales out the back of a Honda. Best ones I've ever had. Hey, man,
that's probably true.
If you, here's my thing. I had food poisoning before, and I got actually at an Arco AM/PM. I got a burger from an Arco AM/PM. Now, the fact that I just said that statement to you should tell you, because I know a ton of people listen to be like, yeah, what the fuck did you expect? You got a fucking burger from an Arco AM/PM.
I mean, it's not like you got a tamale out the back of a Honda.
You should have just went with the tamale. I just can't do it because I'm OCD when it comes to certain things. One, are you handling the same food with the same with no gloves? Sometimes they have no gloves. With the same, food you're not supposed to do that. Again, where are you washing your hands at? And if you ain't go to the bathroom all day? All day. What are you doing? So I personally won't do it. And I told you who messed this up for me? Godfrey. If anybody out there knows Godfrey, shout out to Godfrey. Very funny dude. But Godfrey messed this up for me because he's the first person to put the term in my head, street meat. Because remember after the club, there would always be somebody outside the club serving hot dogs or something, and I'm not gonna lie, they smell fucking delicious.
Right.
But then he was like, nah, man, I don't mess with that street meat. And I'm like, I can't fuck with it anymore.
Didn't that used to be a derogatory term for prostitutes? so you could, now there's a new enterprise. hookers selling hot dogs, it'd be street meat, street meat.
Street meat meets street meat. Street meat meets meat. Street meat meets
street meat. Street meat. I don't know. That's some sort of.
You know what I watched yesterday? I know we're going off the rail. Don't worry, we'll get to the serious shit. And we're just doing our best right now to pretend like the world makes sense. I watched the Happy Time Murders with Melissa McCarthy.
Oh yeah,
and the puppets. I remember seeing a preview in the theater.
Right.
And I thought, this is either the most ingenious fucking idea or it's going to be fucking stupid. And I watched it yesterday by accident. It was just on TV, and I couldn't stop watching it because I wanted to see how the fuck they were playing this out. It actually is it's not a horrible movie at all. It's actually pretty funny, and it has, it's an interesting take. But I think Jim Henson, the creator, his son is one of the producers on the thing.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it was dope.
But by the way, I got a friend who's got a movie coming out. I think it comes out this Friday, the 6th. Yeah, I think that's this Friday. It's called Just Mercy.
What's that?
It's Michael B. Jordan.
Okay.
And
Jimmy Fox. Oh yeah. I did see the preview.
So my friend that I went to high school, that I've known since I was 7, is the executive producer on that film.
That looks good.
Yeah, it looks good. So go.
It's gonna be like the Hurricane, but younger.
Yeah, I think they're already saying that Jamie Foxx is like up for Academy Award nominee type stuff for it.
He should. Yeah. Whenever black people are wrongly accused, we always bring out our best.
Yeah. It's what is it? There's a certain thing, like anytime there's certain things where I forgot what it was, where like if you play a certain role,
that's right.
You get like if you play a slave or you play or you play a famous person from history that freed people, that you always get a nomination.
What was I watching the other day, and it reminded me of what you were saying, the beginning of Tropic Thunder.
Okay.
I remember when they went through all the different characters and what they did, and then they talked about Robert Downey Jr. He was playing like a priest who was forbidden, and then they did the whole cinematic thing, and it's like he won an award for that shit. It was so yeah, you're right.
When that's the whole never go full retard speech. Right.
When you play certain roles, that is true. So I have no doubt. Did you see The Irishman?
We moving on up.
Did you see The Irishman?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
You gotta see it. It is.
I heard it's good.
If you are a fan of movies, all right. If you are a fan of movies, and I'm not giving anything away, it's mob shit. But if you are, I'm a fan of movies making like cinema. But also, I'm a huge mob nut.
Right.
I love seeing that type of shit. So much so that I was watching the movie.
You're like, this reminds me of the Trump presidency.
Actually, they had honor. But I would go through and I would Google the actual people that they reference. I always want to see how true is this to the thing. So it actually is really good. A lot of people complaining that it's long, but it's Scorsese. So
yeah, it's always.
What do you think? That's what he does. He doesn't do short films.
Speaking of which, I wonder how if you're a Trumpster, how do you watch mob movies anymore? Because when the guy's like, hey, Ty, let me tell you something. I got this computer here. It fell off the back of a truck. Now, if you don't, I saw your wife too. She's very beautiful. I was thinking,
it's a nice house you guys got.
I was thinking, this fell off the back of the truck. I could get it to you real cheap. If you don't want it, that's fine. It would be a shame if your wife's face ran into a bus, and they'd be like, I don't get it. It just fell. He said it fell off of a truck, and wouldn't it? It would be a shame if his wife's face ran. I mean, she's pretty. There's no. Right? I mean,
okay, so you're against your wife not getting hit with a bus.
So you think his wife should get hit by a bus?
All right, here we go. Everyone, what we do. What was that? That was 10, 12 minutes of frivolous shit we talked about. Everybody, so you can't say
about cooking.
That we didn't try.
We talked about movies. And my phone is ringing. That's
I know it'd be people sitting there watching us like, they're trying, bro. They're really fucking trying. Look at them.
See you.
Okay, listen, you guys.
They're like, is Ian growing hair?
What the fuck? You have to be fucking kidding me where we are right now in this country. And speaking of movies, if you wrote exactly what the fuck was happening right now, one of two things. They would either tell you the characters are over the top and no one will believe that this shit will happen.
Right.
Or we'd be in act 2 of a really shitty movie where they were like, okay, any second, the good guys are going to prevail. Any second. And what's going on? Come on. Someone's going to slip them the antidote and they're going to stop being all mind controlled. This is where the fuck we are right now. This is Hey, man.
And the odd thing is that the people on the other side, put that in quotes because whatever the fuck they are, they think the same thing in reverse. And it's so weird because it's empirically evident that they are wrong. Like,
bro,
like, I mean, I'm pretty good at stepping back and going, okay, let's try to look at this rationally. Let's not look at this from bias. Let's not look at this from partisan. And I look at it and go, they're fucking nuts, dude.
Yeah, this is.
They're completely off the fucking cult charts. If Trump fucking called and said, tomorrow we all eat the poison s'mores and we go to fucking Gnip on the fucking big thing.
I hope they do it.
They would be like, oh, where do I get the poison s'mores?
Yes,
like,
I hope. Please do it. Please go eat the poison s'mores, you guys. Because and again, this is more so, and I told you what scares me about it is when it was just one person, it was just like, it was not cute because you never want somebody in charge of shit that don't know shit. But it was more like, okay, eventually, come on, you guys will see what this is.
They're going to come around.
Yeah. We're 3 years in and it's gotten worse. I had a conversation with somebody the other day. And they went through, two things happened. One person started rambling off about shit that they thought the Democrats weren't doing and that Trump was doing. And when I literally went through the list of everything that they said and debunked all of it. Like, and I sent links to debunk. Not only did I say it, I said, here's the information. You can research it yourself. I listed all of that. One dude literally told me, oh, so you came on here to argue. I said, no. I came on here because you said some stuff and maybe you were just misinformed. Maybe you don't have the right information. Right. That is very possible in 2019. So I thought you wanted the truth and ways for you to research this to verify that it's the truth.
Right.
This motherfucker comes back with, I didn't want the truth. What?
Right.
What the fuck? This is where we are. Motherfuckers that do not, literally, they don't want that. I had a person tell me yesterday. I said, hey, because they keep saying the economy's booming. Does that sound familiar to you? That term, booming.
Yes.
That's a talking point. And they say, well, and the stock market. Another thing, that sounds familiar, right? So this person said this, and this person ran for office. And I used to admire this person, so it was kind of heartbreaking to see this person. It's almost like, you ever watched The Walking Dead, and so you see when the character gets bit, and then they have to go through there's like, oh, you're gonna turn,
right?
Oh shit, I don't want to do. That's how I felt talking to this person. Like, eventually, oh, you turned. So when I said this to this person, gave him all the list.
I'm gonna become a vampire soon. Have you seen what's the Dusk Till Dawn? Yeah. You need to shoot me. That's Harvey Keitel.
So I went through the whole list of everything, and this person, I said, I tell you what, tell me this then, since the economy's booming. Tell me the exact policy Trump has created himself, meaning from his brain, that he put pen to paper, pushed through the Congress, the Senate, everything, and got it together to where it has now flourished into directly affecting the economy. I asked this question of someone who went through the list of saying that this is what the economy,
right? And
do you know that person came back and said, well, I'd have to research and see. What?
Yeah, but you just said.
You just told me it did. So you should at least have an idea.
Well, okay, this happened to me, and I she sent me an email, and I fucking delete. I didn't even want to look at it. I can't even go back because it's so annoying. This idiot chick I know. I said I don't mean to be that mean, but this idiot chick I know. Whatever. She's just such a fucking just does the dumbest shit. Posted this thing about, and I usually just ignore people like this.
Right.
Like I don't, if they come to me, I don't ignore them. But if I don't usually go to them, and she posted something. There was like Wikipedia that was like the ice ages, and it said there's an ice age every 2.4 million years ago. There was an ice age, and there's warming and cooling stages where the glaciers melt and blah 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 blah. Right. Posted a thing from geology about ice ages, and she said,
"You already lost her."
And she said, so Democrats, what do you have to say about this? And I said, well, first off, why are you or she goes, how can you explain this? And I said, well, first off, if you want an explanation for ice ages, Democrats are the wrong people to ask. You should be asking a geologist,
yes,
or a climate scientist,
someone who actually specializes in the field.
Why are you asking Democrats about the ice age? And I go, and second of all, do you really want to know about ice ages? Or are you just being a shit because you think that somehow this is a big ooh, spoiler, climate change isn't real because we've had ice ages and dips and glacier change. And
I'm going to go with number 2, wink.
But here's the funny thing about that I don't even understand how, even if you're a complete fucking dolt like this person who doesn't get basic shit, how do you not get the very basic, the most basic thing? This is going to blow your mind out there, Trumpsters. This was a Wikipedia entry or whatever that was copied probably from a standard textbook, about ice ages that you learn when you're in elementary school.
But here's the thing: not college shit that you necessarily.
But my point is, so what they're saying is, well, look, the Earth goes through these stages all the time. What we're going through right now is just another natural stage. See? Checkmate. And I'm like, yes, but do you not realize that the people that did all the science to tell us about the ice ages are the same people who are telling us about climate change now, and you don't think that would be the first thing they would have checked off their list?
Yes.
Like it doesn't even occur to you. I mean, so you're trusting the geologist to tell you about an ice age 2 million years ago, 2.4 million years ago, and how the Earth changes.
But you don't believe what the fuck he's sent out.
But yeah, and you don't think that he's taken that into consideration. Like you lady on Facebook is going to say that, and some geologist is going to be like, oh, fucking ice ages. I didn't even think about that. Really? You don't think that? I mean, he never would have even thought about that.
The reason why this is such, and you brought it up last week, idiot.
It's like going, have you turned on the on switch? Oh shit! I didn't even think about that.
All I had to do was do this thing. Oh my god! But it's to your point you said last week about idiocracy. Like you watch it, and you know you're like, man, it'd be fucked up if that shit happened.
Right.
But we're living it.
Right.
Again, like you said, why would you ask a politician about stuff that you should be asking a geologist about? Because they exist. And it's not like you can't reach them.
Because they don't want the answer.
That's my point. That's my point.
It's their checkmate.
That's my point, is that we've gotten so much into this tribalism that even basic shit is now a fighting like a trigger mechanism. Because let me ask you something. Republicans, evangelicals or whatever, even though I have now been hearing that evangelicals are cool with the destruction of the earth because they believe they'll all be raptured.
Right. Yeah. That's the only reason they're not anti-Jewish.
Ironically, I'm going to ask Lord be with me.
Because Israel brings the Messiah. But anyway.
So let me ask you this. What would be the fucking scheme in protecting the earth? That's a simple question. What is the scheme? What are Democrats getting from having the earth be around, the same earth that you live on?
It's big enviro, bro. It's the windmill companies and the solar companies. You think there's big money in fossil fuels? No way, man. The big money is in windmills. And it's the windmill lobby and the solar lobby, bro. That's what it is.
It's just so part
Follow
of me.
The money, dude.
Part of me is just like, I'm disgusted. Like and disgust is, sometimes I don't even want to use that word because I feel like that's more so reserved for people who just do vile shit. But nah, I'm disgusted with y'all.
No, they are disgusting. They don't care about their fucking family. They don't care about their kids. They don't care about your kids. They don't care about future generations.
That's the other thing.
Because somebody that they voted for's financiers will lose money.
Exactly.
The fossil fuel industry. That's their entire reason. Yep. Well, the fossil fuel industry will lose money.
What's up, Rebecca? But that's what I'm saying is that, again, I keep saying this over and over again. If you're rich, I get it. I get it. I don't think you're right, but I get it because I see what you are specifically getting from.
But how are you getting something out of? Yeah, but how are you getting something out of climate change?
No, because listen.
Even if you're rich, unless you own an oil company, you're not fucking making any money off dying.
But here's the thing: if you're uber rich and you got a bunker. Hey man,
like,
you can go in there and wait till all the shit falls out, literally. You know what I'm saying?
But also look at. I want to bring this up because they're okay. So you know the GOP.
What up, Cam?
They know for a fact. We know for a fact that they are a dying breed. Even they know it.
Not fast enough.
I know, not fast enough. They're old white dudes. They're not getting any new people. All the young people, like 90% of them are liberal. They're not getting any minorities except for a Kanye and a few fucking people with head trauma. They're not. So they're dying off. It's old white people and fucking Christians and racists and whatever. But have you noticed? Like it's so weird. All of these guys, have you seen like Senator Kennedy, Mitch McConnell? These guys look like. We talk about casting a movie. We were talking about a second ago. You're saying like if you made a movie if they made it like Deliverance 2.
Yes.
Where they're like, we need a toothless hillbilly, and Senator Kennedy was like, well, I'd like to make you squeal like a pig. They'd be like too over the top.
Oh my God, that's why I said it.
Over the top, Senator.
It would be this thing of
fucking crazy.
Because when you hear them, if you close your eyes and listen to them talk,
right.
You do not see a person in a suit at the Capitol.
No,
you do not see a person. If you in there, there's no way.
A guy
in the world
about to tip a cow.
No way you don't see that. There's no way you don't see straw hanging out of his mouth.
Well, I'll tell you what. Like Mitch McConnell, if you listen, the
person tried to tell me that the Democratic run states and cities are the poorest. This is not a fact.
No, not even close.
Not even close. So, but she said it with such fucking conviction that I'm like, there's no way in the world you're watching more than one network. There's no way in the world. You are not getting your information from anywhere else. You can say it, because this is what they do now. This is what they do. And y'all think y'all slick when y'all do this. What they say is, well, I don't just watch Fox. You know what I'm saying? But then they'll go into the Fox talking points. They'll say, okay, well then show me your other source.
Right.
Besides Breitbart. And then they're like, I don't have to show you that. I'm like, but wait a minute, you just said you got the same information. Just
the torch or whatever.
Show me another network. Show me another paper. Show me something else. And they can't, because you are getting your information from one place. Now, my thing is this. At what point, what's gonna have to happen? I remember sitting at the house the day after this dude was elected, and I thought about the sketch I wanted to come up with, where two people were sitting in there, and in the background it's just regular stuff, regular scenery and stuff like that, and then one person's like, oh man, well, it's not gonna really be that bad, and then the other person's like, are you fucking kidding me? And then it keeps cutting from panel to panel, and then shit's getting worse and worse in the back, and he's like, no, I'm telling you, man, you just gotta understand, a lot of people are just making this shit up. Meanwhile, like, you see the fucking mushroom cloud in the back and shit. What has to happen for you guys for you to understand that you made the wrong choice? Now, if there are any Republicans watching this right now, which I seriously doubt at this point, tell me what it is that makes you not want to admit you were wrong in this decision. Do you feel embarrassed? I think
a lot of them really don't think they're wrong.
But that seems so impossible to me.
I know. Well, dude, okay, did you see the Devin Nunes thing? Devin Nunes or whatever?
About the phone call?
Phone calls. Okay, so they found his phone calls. Several phone calls to Rudy Giuliani, and then Rudy Giuliani's phone calls, where it goes from the White House to an unnamed number that
they're FaceTiming in this
that they know that they think is probably Trump, to fucking what's his name, Levon, whatever the Ukrainian guys. I always forget his last name. Les Parnett. Yeah. Parnett, yeah. To these guys, right? You've got Devin Nunes calling those guys, then calling Rudy Giuliani, the guy who's supposed to be prosecuting.
While he's on the panel.
Well, this is before. He's on the panel.
No, I'm saying when he was trying to discredit the.
And these are all within the day of all these things happening. The day before the first fucking phone call, the day before the second phone call. All this stuff is obviously fucking orchestrated. And Fox News. Did you see this?
No.
Fox News, they were talking, and the guy on Fox News said, there's no way for us to know if somebody else wasn't using Devin Nunes' phone.
Oh, I saw the story about that, yes.
There's no way for... Yes.
So you're telling me someone took his phone and made these phone calls?
On separate days for long periods of time, some short, some long. But here's the other thing. Who has... So you're saying he's not a traitor, but he lets traitors use his phone. Like, what kind of access isn't that almost worse?
I can't.
Isn't that almost worse that you have you're
associating
you're associating with people who regularly can use your phone.
Hey, that's oh my God. That's like, do you understand? That's like a drug dealer saying, "Hey man, I need to make sure the shipment for this heroin came in. So let me see your phone." And you let him use the phone. Then he comes back. "Hey man, yeah, I stashed some guns. Can I use your phone again?" Oh yeah. You know what? I'm also running this gold mining operation too. Can I get that your phone again?
Yeah, I got to transport some kids overseas.
Do you really believe that Devin Nunes is sitting there like,
I didn't even know the guy. I ran into him into an alley over a period of 3 months, 10 times, and I let him use my phone. How could I possibly be wrong?
So now you want us to believe that one day or recently, Devin Nunes is just sitting there watching little reruns of Little House on the Prairie, and then he gets a phone call, and he's like, "Hello? Oh, no, this is not that guy. That was the other guy that was using my phone for the illegal shit." Yeah, no, I'll let him know you called.
Right, exactly.
Okay, thanks. You think that's happening? You think that's fucking happening?
It's so fucking, dude. It's so ridiculous. So our president got. Did you see that? President got laughed at and came home. By the way, Mr. Tough Guy. Everyone's a snowflake.
Hey, David A. Stacey. Oh my God.
Got laughed at by Boris Johnson, who is.
And you know how shitty that has to be.
Boris Johnson is the British knockoff version of Trump.
Yes.
He's like the Trump you buy.
He's the dollar store version of Trump.
Dollar store Trump.
Come on, man. But
Dollar Tree Trump.
And I think part of them.
And he came home. He cried and came home.
Part of the issue with these cats now is I honestly think they have a hard time accepting one of two things: that they made a bad decision. Well, one of three things now: they made a bad decision, they're bad people, or that they were conned. Those are, I'm not gonna lie, those have to be hard things for you to admit. Has to be. Especially seeing where shit has led us. Has to be. But you can be a better person by dropping the act and stopping the doubling down on the stupidity. Because it makes it worse.
I really don't know. I know a few of them that I know personally and I've talked to. They're still buying it, dude.
But that doesn't make any sense.
I know it doesn't make sense. It's fucking crazy.
It's like we're arguing now the Constitution in 2019. Yeah. We had the hearings the other day. They kept talking Nixon, and they went all the way back. Like, do you understand how fucked up and how confused they have to have you to say, "Hey, man, are you sure Nixon really?"
And here's the thing: we had 4. And by the way, before you say, "Hey, it was exactly the same," it wasn't the same even under Clinton, because and Republicans were the ones that eventually turned on Nixon and said, "You need to retire."
That's the only way, by the way. That's the only reason he left, because Republicans said, "We will not support you."
When Clinton. 35 Democrats voted to impeach Clinton. I don't think they voted for impeachment. They voted to do the impeachment and to do the impeachment hearing. Yes. 35, and the population, only 39% of the population wanted an impeachment at that time. We're at 51% of the population, and we don't have a fucking single Republican voting for this. That's how partisan. And here's the thing: they had four scholars on. Harvard, Stanford, which, by the way, now who is it? The senator today was saying like basically saying, well, this is what you get if you go to Harvard or Stanford. So we have 3 of 4 were saying, is it impeachable? It's the definition of impeachable. It's the most impeachable thing we've ever had. One guy said, if what did he say? If
this isn't impeachable, what is?
There's nothing.
There's nothing. There's nothing.
And one who's a total hack is like, I said, well, it's not impeachable, but he said, if there was a quid pro quo, it's impeachable. And then everyone's pointing out, and then he says, well, we're moving too fast, which may be true. And a lot of people are like, oh, we haven't had all the witnesses. That's true. But who the fuck is the one stopping the witnesses? This is what's crazy to me.
The person that's under investigation. I just want to say this.
They keep saying that.
Let me say it again.
Why doesn't Trump testify? Well, I don't fucking. They asked. Sorry, just really quick before you get into the dude who's the dude Schiff. Motherfucker asked Schiff, why don't we have
first hand?
Yeah. Why aren't you calling these witnesses?
We have called them. You won't let them come.
Anyway, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. I get it. That's my point.
Yeah.
The person under investigation is impeding the investigation, which is also part of it.
Right.
That's also obstruction.
Why would you not fucking testify? Why would you not let Mulvaney testify? Why would you not let Bolton testify? These people have firsthand information of your innocence.
Let's look at the basics.
Fucking nuts.
Let's look at the basics of what we're dealing with right now. For 2 seconds, you fucking idiots, pretend that there is no Republican and there's no Democratic Party. Pretend we're at a restaurant, okay? Actually,
they can't even pretend the Mexican kids are human. Come on, you're asking a lot.
Pretend we're going to go buy a car, okay? We're going to go buy a car. At the car dealership, there's 2 car dealerships right across the street from each other, okay? There's one car dealership that has all the reviews. That tells you everything. They give you all the information about the car. A lot of people have said this about it. You even got some bad reviews. All of it. You see every bit of it. They show you their schematics. They show you everything that they do with their businesses. Everything. Their business practices. They show you that where they're rated with the Better Business Bureau. All of that. They show you all that. Then there's another dealership across the street. The windows are blacked out. Okay. There's one car and it says, if you want to see the rest of the cars, you got to sign this piece of paper. And if you do come in, you can't talk about what you see inside.
And can I also add that car, it says Toyota on it, but they said this Mercedes is on sale.
Exactly.
Okay.
Let me ask you, which car dealership would you go to? Would you go to the bullshit one, or would you go to the one where they're very transparent about the shit, and they will say you can even see the bad reviews. You can even see the bad shit they say. But over here, they're saying, no, we won't let you see any of that. But trust us better than them.
Right.
In a logical society, you would not allow that. If you went to a restaurant and one restaurant had an A rating and another one says, trust us, we're good, which one would you go with?
Right. And that's written over the F rating.
Yeah. Exactly.
Who are you going to believe? Us or the corrupt government that gave us an F?
Who are you going to believe, us or the food poisoning that you're dealing with right now? You have to understand.
But that's what they would say, though. They would go, yeah, but who gives those reviews? The fucking government.
Exactly.
That one probably paid off to get that A, and these guys wouldn't pay, and that's why they got that F.
And that's why I don't.
That's why they couldn't.
Exactly. So you have to. You have thrown away common sense. I used to joke about this, bro. I used to joke about this before I got married. I used to joke, if I ever was going to date, I was only going to date Republican women. Only because they fall for any fucking thing. Any fucking thing. And if I wanted to start a business, I'm only having Republican clients.
Right.
That's all I want, because y'all motherfuckers don't ask for shit. As long as I tell you I'm on your team, you'll believe whatever the fuck I do.
I was actually had like a little fantasy dream the other day about like, man, I should just make a lot of money. I should just go out and make a lot of money, have some con, and the first thing is going to be like, hey man, so you support our president, don't you? And if they go, fuck yeah, I support the president, all right, I got some land to sell you. That's the first thing I'm going to do. You support our president, don't you? Yes, I do. I got some land to sell you.
You know that there have been a couple of people who've gotten busted for running fake Trump supporter scams online. I
don't understand how you can get busted for that. Just go, what? Fake news?
Yeah. But the thing is, they easily give up their money.
Oh yeah,
because they're like, "Oh, you support our guy? Yeah, we support whatever the dude says."
Right.
Okay. All right. Cool. Here's my credit card information. Which, ironically, I just saw a story the other day that said credit card debt is high among Trump supporters.
No. But and you mean in like those really rich, poor like in those rich red states like Alabama
and Kentucky?
Yeah, those those ones that are paying all the bills for us losers over here in California.
This is crazy.
That are responsible for 1/6 of the fucking U.S. tax base. Yes, we're
the
broke over
highest
here.
Economy in the
broke over here.
If we wanted to be our own country, we'd be okay. Actually, which is part of the reason why he hates. It's part of the reason why he hates California, because we have more people here that will call him out. Kim says Repubs would go to the blackout windows dealership. Good, yeah, exactly. You see what I'm saying? This is what's crazy to me, is that you've thrown common sense out the window. not because somebody is noble. That's the other thing I want you guys to look at. This dude is not a noble.
How about be decent, right?
Yeah, that's it. This is not a noble person. And because this is what I keep asking people. Tell me something about this dude that is good. Whether it be personal, whether it be political, whether it be business-wise. And you can't. His business practices towards minorities. His fucking running around chasing women, cheating on every wife, lying about cheating on every wife, fucking porn stars while his wife is pregnant. All of this type of shit. Business deals. He stiffed contractors. He stiffed lawyers who sued him for stiffing the contract. Do you understand? There is literally nothing good about this dude. And you are attaching yourself to him. So at this point, you really got to ask yourself, is he really the bad person, or are you even shittier? And that's why, hey, let me tell you something. I am at a point now where I have zero tolerance for y'all. Zero. Right. Absolutely fucking zero. I'm done being nice with y'all. I'm done trying to figure out the middle ground with y'all, because there is none. If in 2019, after all of the shit that this dude has done and lied about, and if I hear another fucking Trump supporter say to me, well, everyone lies. Well, then why don't you have a problem with the lies, period?
Right. Well, and here's the other thing. So speaking of everyone, of him lying, this is fucking, if this doesn't clue you in, fucking Trumpsters, I don't know what the fuck's going to clue you in. So Bill Barr handpicks a guy, Durham, to do an investigation to see if Trump was actually spied on by the FBI. The Trump campaign was spied on. Okay? He handpicks a guy. Right, an independent investigator to go in and look into this Spygate thing. Right, the guy comes back with I cannot support this conspiracy theory.
Right,
there's zero evidence to support the conspiracy theory. Handpicked by Barr, and Barr comes back and goes, then I guess I got to find somebody new. Because your findings don't agree with what I want. Like, he didn't say that verbatim, but he basically said, well, then I reject your findings. So he's probably going to find somebody new to go.
Do you understand? The person, Barr does not, technically.
They've also found nothing on the Biden thing.
Yeah, exactly. But here's the thing. Technically, Barr does not work for Trump. He's supposed to work for us.
Yeah.
He's not that dude's personal dude. He's not his personal attorney. Do you understand how? and I guess because I had asked myself this, I said maybe some of their problem is that they're like, there's no way that it's this blatant.
Right.
Maybe you think that could have something to do with, maybe they're like, there's no way it could be this blatant. You guys are making all of this up.
Well,
there's no way.
That's one of the tricks of a con man. And that you put it up in the face to where you can go, would I put this out here if it was fake?
This is, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say, because because they're still holding other people to a different standard than them. Like every time I see somebody say, well, who was it that said it? The fucking actor. It was Mark Wahlberg. Somebody posted something from Mark Wahlberg, and Mark Wahlberg said, celebrities should just stay out of politics. Now, a Trump supporter posted this, and I'm like, have you forgotten where this dude was?
Right.
He was the host of Celebrity Apprentice.
Right.
It's almost like they
I agree.
Like,
get his ass out. That's what the impeachment's about.
But they act like that time in history didn't even happen.
Right.
And I'm like, how? And this is why I said this is the part I don't get.
But also, okay, sorry. No,
I personally would be like, it's certain things, even if I was a Trump supporter, certain things I just wouldn't say, because I know that he has done it. If I've accepted that he's done it, that's one thing. But I'm not going to act like he didn't do it and talk shit about the other people. I said that for me personally.
Right.
Meaning that I wouldn't post that dumb post about celebrities shouldn't be in politics, because I know that the dude I support was one. They do the opposite of that.
But also, let's just examine.
What up, Antron?
Let's just examine that statement. Why should celebrities, usually pretty educated, pretty aware, worldly, but why should any U.S. citizen not be allowed to discuss politics or stay out of politics?
I'm sorry. I should clarify. They don't want the celebrities that they don't like.
Right. No.
Because
but they say celebrities. But let's just say they really mean all celebrities.
Right.
What negates a celebrity from having an opinion, whereas a guy who fucks his cousin and works at a coal mine, that guy's got all fucking, he can talk all goddamn day about politics. The douchebag on Facebook who doesn't know what fucking fucking climate change or doesn't know what an ice age is, that person can talk about politics, but a celebrity can't because of their job. I don't even know. Well, who else can't talk about should we say lawyers? Lawyers should not talk about politics. Mechanics. Why are mechanics talking about politics? Like,
just fix my car.
Right.
Shut up and fix my car.
Why can't U.S. citizens talk about the people that they vote to represent them?
Here's the thing.
Because they have a good job? Because they have a job you want?
This is what's crazy about this is that you are asking people nowadays to not talk about shit that still affects people nowadays.
Right.
That's bananas to me, dude. If you and I'm telling you, I'm gonna say it every week from now on. Every week I'm going to say this from now on. Okay? If you are not educated enough, you should not be allowed to vote. And I don't mean if you don't know what 2 + 2 is. I mean if you don't know political science, if you don't know anything about political issues, you should not be allowed to vote. That is very irresponsible, and it's dangerous to give the same amount of power to someone who literally does not know. I can tell you right now, you're not going to go to a restaurant if the chef is still taking online courses on YouTube. You're not going to go there.
Here's a good way to do it. I don't want to, like, you know me. I think everyone should be able to vote. Otherwise they can preclude. But here's what we could do to open up the voting machine.
Yeah.
Trivia. First question.
That's right.
Is nationalism a left wing or a right wing?
That's a great fucking idea.
Right wing. Bing.
That's a great idea.
Was there a flip between the Democrat Party and the Republican Party in the mid 1900s? Yes. Boom. You can vote.
What up, bro? Listen.
No.
I'm going to tell you, you heard it here first. You heard it here first on Critical and Thinking. One of the best fucking ideas to determine whether you should be allowed to vote. I see no problem with that. And no other citizen should see a problem with it. It's like a driving test. When you go into the thing, you got to take the written test, and you got to pass a certain amount of things in the written test before you even get to the driving test.
Right.
And then with the driving test, you got to do a certain amount of things. That's a great fucking idea. Do you understand how much shit that will cut down on? And actually, it will cut down on a lot of people saying that they would vote. I ain't taking no goddamn test.
Right.
Fuck it. I don't give a fuck who's in charge. So but I can't stress the seriousness of this.
Oh, here's the downside though. They'd be like, well, then all them questions got to be in English. All those questions.
Well, okay. Because I'm not gonna lie, I am a firm believer in if you do live in this country.
Although we don't have a national language.
We don't, but I'm talking about in this, I mean it specifically in certain businesses. I mean, when I go to a business, please speak the language that I'm there for to work. And that's all I'm asking. I don't give a fuck if you come over here, how you come, to be honest with you, I don't care how you come over here. As long as you contribute to society. But if I come up to you at your counter, please speak the language. That's all I ask.
I think they couldn't actually put it in.
I told you, right? That's a great idea, Kim. I told you that's an awesome idea. So,
you know how many people will be leaking what's the question this year? Although it has to be a random generator. There's 200
That's
questions.
right.
And here's the thing. You know what it should be? One of the 100 questions that are on the citizenship test.
Oh, see, but then
because if you have to pass that to get into this country as a Mexican or a Lithuanian or wherever you're from, and you're from here,
that's right.
You better fucking know at least 2 of those fucking 100 questions.
That's right.
What are the 3 branches of government? Let's see. 3-piece, 6-piece.
You talking about Oh, okay. I know you're talking about. I saw this on the CW one day. Who you talking about? Bro, Three branches. That's that show with Liz Milano, right? The Three Witches, Tron.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, stop. So
there's wind, earth, and fire. That's it. Three branches.
Which coincidentally don't affect climate change. Do you understand how dangerous it is to put the power to select leaders into the hands of people who don't know what the fuck the leaders are doing or what is going on in society? Honestly, I can't stress this enough. You will not trust that with anybody else. You're not going to go to a neurosurgeon who doesn't know how to fucking even make an incision. You're not going to do that. You wouldn't go to a bank with people that don't know how to count. You would not do that. So why in the world are you comfortable letting people make decisions when they are not only not informed, they're gleefully not informed?
Right.
That's the thing to me now that is
they
really
celebrate it.
That's crazy. A dude saying to me, I don't want the truth.
Right.
He has the same power to vote as we do.
Right.
That's okay.
You know what though? We should just for those. Here's the thing: if you get the question wrong, what should pop up is like the American Idol voting. So they still think they're voting. They're like, oh, Ryan Seacrest, or I don't know. Who the fuck
I didn't even know he was running. That's what I'm going for. I'm going for Ryan Seacrest. That'd be funny.
That would be.
It just switches to like
what we call it the alternate voting, alternative voting,
or like a little ball drops down and they just play with it until they get done. That's all. That's just batted and then
transferring you to alternative election.
SpongeBob. Oh, hell yeah.
Ooh, SpongeBob or Putin. That's a tough call.
Why wasn't he on the ballot before? This is one of the scariest times in American history, and we do our best to try to make light of it, but it's hard because I'm telling you, man, I really can't wrap my brain around it. You know what I tried the other day? I said, you know what? Let me try.
Heroin?
No. Well, it shouldn't. Might as well. The end of the world's coming. I said, you know what? What if I tried pretending like all the facts that I know are not true? Like, what if I tried that? I tried to write a statement on somebody's post pretending like I didn't know. And dude, my fingers wouldn't fucking let me do it. My fingers were like, you know goddamn well you don't believe what you about to type. And it wouldn't let me do it. It would not let me do it. I'm like, I can't even write this I can't. So there's a little part of me that is fascinated by some people's ability to suspend reality, even to their own detriment. That's the thing that's crazy to me, is to your own detriment.
Almost always to your own detriment.
Please tell me why you would be against saving the planet. Tell me that. What leftist conspiracy is there to saving the fucking planet that you live on?
Here's the thing. They don't think the planet is in danger. Okay, so let's the way I see it is, let's start there. So let's say that climate change, two things. Climate change is happening, but it's not man-caused. The CO2 is caused by volcanoes that we don't see, or whatever you think it is. Okay, or that we're too close to the sun, which is the new one. Okay, so that we're orbiting, which we do. We do orbit elliptically, and there are warmer periods, but we've already ruled those out because that's the first. Who the fuck thought? Who the fuck figured out that we orbit that way? You fucking dumb fucks.
But we're not doing this. Yes, there are certain, but we're not doing this. We're not doing this. Here's the sun. Here's the earth. We're not doing this.
But here's the thing. We know about those cycles. Who the fuck do you think came up? Who the fuck do you think did the measurements to know that those cycles exist? The same fucking 98% of the goddamn world
April? That
is telling you it's not that. It's this other thing on top of that. Of course, like again, it's like earlier. It's like going into a car dealership and go, yeah, my car won't start, and them saying, well, you have to turn the key. And you're telling your mechanic, your mechanic's like, yeah, man, this the alternator's gone and this, and you going, well, hey, mechanic, have you tried turning the key?
And
Yeah, I'm a fucking mechanic.
I
know how to turn a key, you fucking idiot. Of course, the mechanic's gonna go, I didn't think about turning the key. I'm over here fucking with the alternator.
I'm the dude. I do this for a living.
Right.
I work on cars for a living.
I'm the one that made the key, you fucking idiot. Like, I think I know that the key is the first step of making sure the car starts. But the thing is that, okay, so let's say those are the two things, right? Okay, so why would, let's say that the world isn't changing, or the world isn't heating up. Those are the two options. So it's not man-made, or it's not happening at all.
Right.
The things that they're suggesting wouldn't hurt. It wouldn't hurt to have solar energy.
No, that's why I keep asking.
Right?
I'm like, it wouldn't hurt
to clean up the air from the smog, right?
Yeah.
And if it's happening and it's going to kill us all, but it's not man-caused, shouldn't we at least be working on a way to stop nature from doing it?
Now, mind you,
can we do reflectors or a big vacuum to suck the fucking CO2 out of the air? I'm making shit up, but I mean,
these are the same people, by the way, that have no problem with how much money we spend on wars that we're not having.
Right?
Do you understand? We have stockpiles of weapons, of weapons for wars that we're not having. Do you understand how much money a plane cost?
Yeah, like, what is it? 400. I don't even remember what it was. It's $1 billion, something
it's close
insane.
to $1 billion for like one of the best planes. I actually saw the article the other day,
and we have yards full of them.
You're telling me you are not. And you say nothing about that, by the way, because you don't complain.
That's jobs, man.
You know what I'm saying? You don't complain to the people about that. But you have a problem with them taking a fraction of that. Or saying, okay, let's make the cars a little better. Let's not put as much pollutants into the air. Let's do this a little bit less and let's recycle a lot more so we can do this. That's a problem, but not just making a fucking $400 million missile and just sitting it in a fucking corner.
Right.
That's better. Well, you don't know. You don't know who we're going to fight.
But I think the thing is that we know why we're doing that because we're just giving money.
We're giving money to
the corporations, corporate welfare.
These contractors who keep making money off of shit being bad and telling you that shit is bad. Right. Do you understand how much of a fucking idiot you have to be to keep thinking that these people, because they're not putting this money in your pocket. That's the other thing that kills me.
They're taking it from you.
They're taking this from you.
They just took 700,000 people off food stamps for Christmas.
And you know what somebody tried to tell me?
You know how much that would cost? That costs like nothing. It's like $30 million.
You know what somebody tried to tell me the other day about that? They said, well, I don't understand what the problem is. We're having able-bodied people work. I said, first of all,
I thought there were no jobs because we have unemployment so low. There's no jobs in America.
So you're telling me, because when you say able-bodied, okay, so if you're a corporation and it's cheaper for you to make a robot to stock the shelf, you don't give a fuck if somebody's able-bodied or not.
Right.
All I got to do is push a button. I ain't got to pay that person.
Right.
So there are a lot of able-bodied people that can't find work. Second of all, you got some of these people that are able-bodied and are still working and are still on food stamps.
Right.
So you want to take that away from them? Fucking Walmart is having a food drive for their employees. Yeah. Do you understand how the system has got you fucked?
It's something like 30% of people who work at places like Walmart are on like food stamps and assistance because they don't make enough money.
But now let me tell you something.
Because that'd be socialism.
When people keep thinking that it only affects one group is when it starts to affect all the groups. You keep thinking that these programs are only going to affect black and brown and immigrant people. Ta-da! All them 700,000 people on food stamps, not all of them were black or brown. A lot of them were white. A lot of these people, just like what I keep saying,
I bet you it's people that are on food stamps that are like, that's right, get rid of them food. Oh shit!
And then next week they're like, hey. No, I didn't. What was it? What was the thing when they thought?
I thought you was referring to the 700,000 undesirables.
Remember when they had
Negroes and Mexicaners?
Remember when they had people believing that the Affordable Care Act and Obamacare was.
They didn't have people believing that. People made that shit up out of their own.
Oh, remember they said, are you against Obamacare? Yes. Yes, I am against Obamacare. What about the Affordable Care Act?
That's how I get my insurance.
Okay, but you don't want Obamacare. Hell no.
They're gonna take my Affordable Care Act.
Oh my God!
In favor of this goddamn Obamacare.
So I gotta be honest. We gotta
go.
If anybody has tuned in for the entire hour, you saw we tried.
We went all over the map today, but that was good though.
We did. Oh, so we almost forgot. We started because we were going to talk about Barron. I just want to say this real. We won't get into a large rant. I'm gonna just say what you got to say about it, but understand something. If you don't have a problem with kids being put in cages, being taken away from their families, being left to die, being put in foster care, if you don't have a problem with kids dying in schools unnecessarily, period, actually, if you don't have a problem with any of that shit at all, if you don't have a problem with Obama's kids being called monkeys, if you don't have a problem with any of the gay or lesbian kids being picked on by these conservative so-called Christian groups, if you don't have a problem with any of that, I don't give a fuck what you think about someone possibly saying something about Trump's son, which wasn't even a fucking insult.
It wasn't even about the kid.
It wasn't.
What they said, it was more about Trump naming his kid. She said, this isn't a kingdom. We're not royals here. She goes, you could name your kid Baron, but that doesn't mean you can make him a Baron.
That's right.
That's not an insult. That's not anything weird. And on top of that, it's like, and then Melania, he's a 13-year-old boy. Well, so it's okay. Maybe if he was a 13-year-old girl, your husband would fucking rape him.
Yeah.
How about that?
Or if he was a brown kid, they put him in a cage.
Yeah. So
let him sleep on an aluminum foil blanket. This is why I said you guys' outrage is one of the most
fake.
It's
and then the same people are like,
pathetic.
This cancel culture. I can't watch my Larry the Cable Guy because of cancel culture. And it's like, meanwhile they're like, she said the word Barron Trump. I want her. I'm like, what the fucking?
This is crazy.
No one believes you. Oh my God!
No one believes your outrage.
So full of shit.
None of it. You condoned. You got people right now sending death threats to Greta Thunberg. Death threats, and on top of the death threats that they sent to, the death threats they sent to the people who survived the Parkland. Okay, all right. Let's finish the show, bro.
She could be named Greta, but that doesn't mean she's great.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I can't believe
it! Y'all are so full of shit, bro. Okay,
all right. Where are you gonna be? Got any shows coming up?
I'm working actually locally for a while, and then I will be on the road coming up next week. I'm working on a new hour, but until then, you can catch me on. I got to figure out the air date, but you can catch me on Brooklyn Nine-Nine. That's coming up soon. You can go to the website, comediantybarnett.com, which has links to all the other social media platforms and has links to the This Is the Bullshit I'm Talking About and to the album. This is the Grown Man Baby Steps. And you can find Ian at
IanHarrisComedian.com. I've got shows coming up December 13th, Friday the 13th, and Saturday the 14th in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and then Sunday the 15th. I'll be in Tucson, Arizona. So Albuquerque, Tucson, December 13th, 14th, to 15th. It'll be me, Ron Swallow, and it'll be Jamie Kilstein on the Sunday show. He's been a guest on the show here. So come out and check out those shows. You can get tickets at IanHarrisComedian.com. And also, please support us. If you like our show, go. Right. We don't give anything extra yet. We've a year and we're still figuring the Patreon thing out. But still, if you like this, helps us pay the bills.
That's right.
It's $2 a month. It's better. It's free to download, to watch, and whatever on YouTube and on iTunes. But if you want to help us out, $2 a month to be a Patreon donor, patreon.com/criticalandthinking. Share this with your friends. Download it. All that sort of stuff. Like us, review us, because that helps us on iTunes and Stitcher. Please like us, review us, rate us. Go there right now. And if you're watching, go there right now.
If you are a Trump supporter, when you send those $2, it really, really, really goes to conservative kids.
It goes to Trump. Actually, it goes right to Trump.
Send it to us.
Trump University.
Okay, we're secretly we're secretly like actually Trump supporters. So send it to us.
Yeah, we're just trying to hype up them libtards.
That's all.
All right, y'all. We'll see you next time.
Peace.